there were times for Tim and I, we used to call it living in his prison.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So for with Tim and the porn addiction, in order for him to help him not to have any additional intrusive thoughts that would maybe open up more desires for him to want to do that, he had to learn to be very open with me, right? So it was like, okay, what are the triggers that gets you wanting more? You know
Right.
what I mean? That opens up this appetite. Well, we can't watch R-rated movies. We can't have any of these things. We can't go here, or I can't see that. So, he used to use the term, okay, it's a prison. And so would you live in this prison with me? And I did, right? And I didn't mind it. Okay, you can't watch R-rated movies? It don't bother me. But if you can't watch it, we don't have to watch it. Bottom line.
Yeah.
You can't go here because that's a trigger for you, then guess what? We just not going there.
Yeah.
Right? So what do we need to do together? So if you're honest with her, or if you're keeping her in the loop, right? So I'm not saying necessarily feed a fear, but what I am saying is take away what could be fears, or take away what could cause anxiety for her. So if you're a person that's constantly talking to other girls and you have a past history of cheating, then who are these girls you're talking to, right?
Exactly.
Whatever the scenario is, does
Yep.
she know them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is she okay with them? Is she comfortable with them?
Yep.
Is there anything that you can do to bring down her anxiety? Is there anything that you can do? And have you done all the things that you can do to take away what would trigger her? And so whether it's here's access to my phone,
Right.
or you can have passwords to all my emails,
Yep.
whatever it is, if you were to open up all of the access to you in every way with no privacy, then guess what? All of her anxiety goes away. All of her fear goes away. And so at one point where she might be checking everything at first and there's nothing there because it's like, hey, it's all on the table. Guess what? All that then goes away. She's not going to need to check anything anymore. She's not going to have the desire to, because now she trusts you. So I just believe that if you do things to help her feel more comfortable, more than just saying, I'm not doing anything, then that will alleviate, or I believe that would help her alleviate the anxiety that she could be feeling from you.
You are cooking with hot fish grease now. Because that's what I wanted to get to. If this is truly an intrusive thought that's originating just because she's thinking about your past relationships, there's actually nothing you can do about that.
Correct.
If you are contributing
Correct.
to the frequency of these intrusive thoughts.
That's right. That's right.
Because of some behavior that raises suspicion.
Correct.
Where she would squint her eyes and be like,
That's right.
He said he used to be a player before he got with me or before he got saved, but now he's not, but he's showing some player tendencies.
Right.
Then if you're contributing to that, that's what's going to cause the anxiety. This beautiful girl to my left is giving the caution on is you can help put that away.
For sure.
You can dead all of those intrusive thoughts with just simply being open.
Sure.
The prison language is not language I would use now.
No.
I would use boundaries.
Yep.
Back then,
that was back then.
Yeah, I didn't have those. I didn't have that language, and so it felt like a prison,
That's
right?
right.
Like I need to put myself in a prison. I can't go anywhere. I can't really do nothing. I can't watch this. Can't go here. Can't listen to that. Blah 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 blah. Now it's just like, nope. I got certain boundaries. I got to close my eyes if this comes on, if that comes on, if this is happening, if that is happening. I don't want to watch this movie. Period.
Right.
We don't want to do that because we don't want to wake up the monster. We had all this language around it, and that. What you don't want to do is give your partner, male or female, you don't want to give your partner any suspicion.
That's right.
This ain't about, well, you just don't trust. No. If you had whole tendencies.
That's right.
And whole behavior.
Right.
Then you got to have a level of openness.
That's right.
So that when the thought comes, are they going back to being a hoe?
Exactly.
Well, no, because They got off work at 5 and they was home at 5:11. Can't hold in 11 minutes. You know what I mean? It takes a little more time to hold in that. Like, you know what I mean? I wonder if, are they looking at certain things on social media? Well, no, he gave me the passwords to his social media, and I can see his Explore page, and I can see his search history, and I can, you know what I mean? I can see what he doubled. Just take it away. Openness is not illegal.
No.
Openness is not I hear so many guys, if I got to do all that, then it ain't even about trust in the first place. If you think openness means that somehow you are being robbed of liberty,
right?
Get the hell out of here. Like don't be with anybody.
You just want to do what you want to do.
Hey, would you share your password to me equals I don't trust you? What if it means I just want us to have such an open relationship? Yeah. Everybody else having these open relationships that lead to being polygamous and polyamorous and all this kind of stuff. What about an open relationship where there were no secrets?
That's right.
How about that type of open relationship?
That's right.
How about we get an open relationship where you can go through my phone right now without me sitting here sweating, hoping you don't tap on the right icon or the wrong icon.
Preacher.
So my thing is, let's have the type of open relationships that bring safety and stability. Not these open relationships where you get to have a piece on the side and you get to have a side chick and you get to have a side dude. Let's have an open relationship where there's just no secrets.
But that's what you want. You want the secrets.
That's what if you're telling me you don't want
if you don't want the openness,
you're trying to keep a secret.
You're keeping the secrets.
If you get mad at the thought.
That's right.
Of your significant other having codes to your phone, then you got something you want to hide.
That's exactly what that is.
It wouldn't even piss you off.
That's right.
When I was in my 20s and I didn't believe in car insurance, every time a cop got behind me, I got nervous. Nigga wasn't even trying to run my plate. My heart beating out of my chest. I'm just, oh God, I promise I'll call the general tomorrow. God, I just pray right now in Jesus' name, please don't let this man run my plate. Pull me over, fam. I got nothing to hide from you.
That's right.
I'm a registered gun owner. I ain't got no burner with no serial numbers scratched off the side that I got to throw into the Trinity River.
That's right.
When you live a life that's open, can't nobody take you by surprise.
And you don't have nothing to hide. That's right.
I ain't got to sit up. This phone is open right now. I'm not going to go to the bathroom and then have a oh snap moment. I left my phone open. I wonder if my wife went through. Hey, man, please. Ain't nobody got time for them games.
And I don't go through his phone. Listen, if you're going to be in a relationship with people and you're going to be married, and you're being honest.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you're being open. And you're vulnerable and transparent. Then you don't have to play childish games. I mean, this is middle school stuff.
Ooh.
This is what kids do. Kids play games. And if this is what we're going to do, then we don't need to be married. That's just the bottom line. I just don't. I'm here to live this best life with my guy and my family.
Yes.
Who has time to be sitting there? Is he cheating? Is he doing this? Who's he talking to now? I don't have time for that. If that's what you're going to do, then just leave. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
I am not that person that has time for those games. It's just childish.
It is.
It's very juvenile.
It is. Make a decision and live with it.
Make a decision and live that you are going to live an integral life with character, honesty, and transparency. Make a decision to do better.
Absolutely.
And if
correct.
that is not something that you have seen displayed or you've seen activated, then do it for yourself.
Absolutely correct.
Right? Find somebody that you can connect with that believes that way that you do and get with them and live an honest life. Live a life of character.
Yeah.
Live a life of integrity. But if you have to go through all of that and you can't sleep at night and you tossing and turning, well, that's just no way to live.
Absolutely correct.
And if you're going to sit there and hold secrets because you just want to do what you want to do, then go be by yourself.
Yeah. And be honest about why you're leaving too.
Be honest.
Stop blaming the marriage.
That's right.
Stop blaming her. Stop blaming him.
Right.
If you just want to go be a hoe, be a hoe. Just go be one.
But don't sacrifice these people's life for what you want to do.
Absolutely correct. You hoeing and then still coming back home to your spouse. Stop playing.
Yeah, well, and don't marry somebody either or get with somebody to cover up your behaviors and your tendencies, to be a cover up, because we know many of those relationships too.
Oh.
People get married and people get in relationships to cover up.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to.
I mean, why not? We talking about
pivot on that.
Well, let's pivot, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They do. They get in these relationships as a front.
As a front.
They ruin people's lives as a front.
And
a storefront.
And just so we're all clear, the storefront is you are a homosexual and you're getting married to a person to cover up the fact that you have a same-sex attraction and you practice same-sex behavior, but you don't want that to be out like that. So you marry a woman or you marry a man.
That's true.
And you come to an agreement so you can keep your foolishness up.
That's all it is.
Yeah. And
heterosexual relationships do that too.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, both hetero and homo.
Hetero and homo.
They both do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And the heterosexual ones, they get married. It's again another front for them to just go and sleep with every Tom, Dick, and Harry too. But to just go around about denying the claims. No, this is not what I'm doing, just to save face because you got a family over here and you still don't want to change your behaviors over here. Homosexual relationships, the same thing.
Yep.
We're marrying for this front. I'm going to still live this lifestyle that I'm living. And we're still going to put up this facade because I just want to do what I want to do.
Yep.
At the end of the day, no matter what, it is selfish, self-centered, and narcissistic as the bottom line. That's just what it is.
Ooh, these storefront marriages.
It's a lot of storefront marriages, unfortunately. And it's just like, I hate that people are damaging people's lives.
Well, that's where we, this is where we get heated.
Yeah, they damage other people's lives for their own personal gain. Because
they take no one else into consideration.
They don't. Everybody becomes collateral damage for your actions. And it's not right. I don't like it.
You're so cute. It's not right. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
All right.
So would you say the people that are living a double life, they struggle with a lot of anxiety that they're imposing on themselves, and they're just living in it because they're trying to always hide something?
Yeah, they won't give themselves permission to just be true to where they are right now. So they live the lie. Now, I know this because I lived it. Like, I did this. Like, I'm not talking about... I say this ad nauseum, but I don't sit up here and talk about what I don't know. Either by my own life or having very close observances of other people's lives.
Absolutely.
I do not talk about stuff that I don't know. There's nothing that comes out of my mouth that's theory. If it was, this woman would check me.
Yes, absolutely.
So when I say this statement, it is because I understand it. I know what it is to be an incongruent person. I know what it is to say one thing but be living another thing and not even know how to reconcile the two of them. So if you're in that situation because of brokenness, I understand that. It's when you turn it into a permanent lifestyle and never acknowledge it.
That's right.
That I have an issue with. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about somebody's brokenness. Everybody does stupid stuff out of their brokenness. I get it.
Yep.
But you can't be 20 years broken and not know what the hell you doing.
That's right.
You're doing this on purpose.
You're
now.
aware.
We ain't talking about some 22-year-old fractured soul that's like, I don't know. No, you're 58 and you got an apartment in the next city. And on Thursdays and Fridays, that's your study time. But your side chick lives there. That's not, I was doing this out of my brokenness. Your brokenness went to a different city, signed a lease on an apartment.
You liked your brokenness.
Moved in your sugar mama or your sugar boy. And you've been living this behavior out. That's duplicity. It is nefarious. It is premeditated.
That's the problem. It's premeditated. You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing.
I tell people all the time, you are not possessed. You are aware. You are in control of your actions. Most people are not possessed. Where you just don't have any control over that. That is a very small number of people. You have control over what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You are making clear decisions, whether they're good or bad. You are making those decisions.
That's right.
And so you gotta own that. And that's the issue that you have, is people don't want to own that.
Yeah.
You are doing this. You made this decision.
That's
You were
right.
clear in your thought when you made it.
That's right.
You could have been broken, but you were still clear in your thought.
You were clear.
You knew what you were doing.
Yep.
And you don't want to be honest about it.
Yeah.